Welcome to your final lesson. In this lesson, I'll teach you how to read the classic Celtic cross spread. This spread has 10 cards, and there are a few variations on how to lay and read the cards. In this lesson, I'm just going to show you the method I use. The Celtic cross can be a little intimidating, so let's break it down. Again, there are a couple different methods for Celtic cross, but this is the one I use. Lay your first card in the middle. This is your significator, and it represents where you're at today. Now, some readers allow the querent, or the person being read for, to choose this card by going through the deck and finding a card that that person feels best represents them. And some old school readers choose this card themselves to represent the physical qualities of the querent, including things like age, gender, and physical appearance. Personally, I hand it over to fate, and whatever card comes off the deck first is the one I use to kick off the reading. Let's walk through the Celtic cross spread using a sample spread with real cards. And let's use the same question that we used in our 3-card spread lesson, which was, what do I need to know about my new business idea? So for my first card, the significator, I happen to pull the Queen of Wands. Remember from our lesson on the court cards that the Queen of Wands is a confident, honorable person who's successful in business. So on to the second card. The second card in the Celtic cross spread represents challenges, and when we lay this card, we lay it crosswise across the first one and we say, this is what crosses you. So if card 1 is you today, then card 2 is what is crossing you, blocking you or holding you back. Let's see what's crossing our Queen of Wands in our sample spread. Okay, we got the 9 of Cups. Remember, the suit of cups is about emotion and instinct, but let's take a closer look at the 9 of Cups. Check out his body language. See how he's got his arms crossed with his cups, or emotions, lined up precisely behind him. The 9 of Cups can represent defensiveness or determination or stubbornness. So in the context of the other cards and the question, perhaps our businesswoman, remember card 1, the Queen of Wands, is feeling a little defensive or even stubborn about her idea, and that defensiveness or stubbornness could be what's crossing her or holding her back. On to card 3. Card 3 is your foundation card. I think of it as your core beliefs as they relate to the question at hand. We laid the 7 of Pentacles in this position. Note that the person in the illustration has gathered up his harvest and is taking a moment to stand back and admire it. This card represents reaping the rewards of hard work, perseverance, and working toward a goal. So in the context of this reading on a business opportunity, I would say that the querent has as their foundation a very strong work ethic. Next, we lay card 4. This card represents your past. Now, the word past is pretty indefinite. Does that mean the past hour, the past day, the past month, the past year, decade? This is why context is so important in reading tarot. You read each card not only in conjunction with the other cards around it, but also in relation to the question being asked. In a spread, especially a large complex spread like the Celtic cross, no card is read in a vacuum. It's a part of the whole. We pulled the World card in this position, and remember, while all cards are important, the cards in the major arcana deserve a bit more attention. The World card is numbered 21, but it's actually the 22nd card and final card of the major arcana. Remember that the Fool card has the number 0. The World card is the zenith. It is about completion, fulfillment, triumph, reward, and accomplishment. So, in the context of a reading about a new business idea, and with this card falling in the past position, I would interpret it as indicating that the querent has a track record of success. So in the past, they have seen success in business. Okay, On to card number 5. This card is laid at the top, so it's known as the crown or head. In basic terms, it's sometimes referred to as the current situation, but I like to think of it as, where's your head at? It speaks to the current situation, yes, definitely, but in the context of how you're perceiving and interacting with the current situation. In other words, where's your head at? We pulled the Six of Pentacles, in which we see a well-dressed person sharing their wealth with those less fortunate. It's easy to see by this illustration that this card is about charity, generosity, fairness, and abundance. So in the context of this reading, we would say that the person being read for feels the fruits of success and abundance, as well as the responsibility that comes along with it. Okay, on to the future card. Card number 6 is the near future, and like card number 4, the past card, it should be read in the context of the question and the cards surrounding it. We drew the King of Cups. This card, like the Six of Pentacles drawn just before it, has a component of generosity, but his generosity comes from a more emotional place, because remember, the cups are about emotions, matters of the heart, whereas the pentacles are about practical matters. If you recall from our lesson on the court cards, the King of Cups is holding a cup in one hand, which represents emotion, and a scepter in the other hand, which represents responsibility. So he's displaying a balance between head and heart. In the context of our question, what do I need to know about my new business idea? This could indicate that the future for this business will benefit many through responsible management, perhaps by offering people employment or creating wealth that can be shared. The next 4 cards in this spread really clarify the reading. They're laid on the right-hand side of the spread, starting at the bottom with card number 7. Card number 7 is about self-image and attitude. This card deals with how you view yourself and how that influences your attitude toward life and its events, and in particular, the question at hand in the reading. We drew the Four of Wands, which is a card of celebration and harmony. So the person being read for here is definitely in a good space as it relates to self-esteem and attitude. In the context of the question regarding a new business idea and how it relates to the 6 cards laid before it, I would say that the querent not only expects success, they celebrate it. Card 8 is about the influence of those around you, so external influences, or how the opinions or input of others influence your actions. We got the Ace of Wands, the card of creation, invention, and confidence. In the context of this reading, this likely indicates that others recognize your success and think of you as a confident, creative innovator, the person who always comes up with great ideas. All great qualities for an entrepreneur to have. The next card closely relates to the card number 2. Remember, the What Crosses You card. Card number 9 represents your hopes and fears. We drew the Four of Pentacles, so we know that the pentacles are about practical matters, wealth, career, and money. The traditional keywords for the Four of Pentacles include material gain and success, but they also include hoarding. And when we look at the illustration on the Four of Pentacles, we can really see those ideas. He has wealth, yes, but look at where his coins are placed. One is on his crown, indicating that money is always on his mind. One is clutched protectively in his arms, and the other 2 are trapped under his feet. This guy literally can't move forward if he continues to obsessively protect his money. His feet are glued to the ground. So in the context of this card's position, which speaks to the querent's hopes and fears, and in the context of the question, what do I need to know about my new business idea? And finally, in the context of the surrounding cards in the spread, this card could be read as your hopes for financial success could be hindered by your fear of losing it all. Now, on to the final card of the Celtic Cross spread. Number 10, the outcome. It's also known as the clarifier card, which is how I like to think of it. It's just one extra piece of information to tie up the reading in a neat bow. In this spread, I laid the Ace of Swords. On its own, this card means power, victory, and mental breakthrough. In the context of this spread and all the cards laid before it, I would advise the querent to move forward with their business idea. It definitely looks like a winner. Practice laying the Celtic Cross spread or any of the hundreds of spreads described in tarot books and on the internet. But better yet, create your own spread. Classic spreads are excellent for adding focus to your readings, especially in the beginning, but you can lay the cards whenever and however you choose. For example, you could do a pro and con spread by laying the cards in pairs, one to the left and one to the right. You can lay the cards in shapes like a heart or a dollar sign or a circle. Anything you can dream up is fair game. Remember, your cards are a tool to harness and express the insights and intuition that are already inside you. Congratulations on completing this course, and best of luck on your tarot journey.